Charles Leclerc has just made a decision that could shake the foundations of Ferrari, and it's something no one saw coming. Right after the Japanese Grand Prix, he dropped a bombshell inside the Ferrari garage, a statement that left the entire team stunned, and even Lewis Hamilton completely speechless. According to trusted reports from Italy, especially Corriere dello Sport, Leclerc told the Ferrari team he's no longer following the same path as Hamilton. He doesn't want to match his driving style to Hamilton's input. He doesn't want to compromise anymore. From now on, Charles Leclerc is going his own way. And that changes everything. This wasn't said in public or in front of cameras. It happened behind closed doors in a private meeting with team principal Fred Vasseur and the top technical directors at Ferrari. And when Leclerc said, "I'm going my own way," the room reportedly went silent. Why does this matter so much? Because since Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari, the team has been leaning heavily on his experience and feedback. The engineers and managers have treated his input like gold. After all, Lewis is a 7-time world champion. The team hoped that by following his lead, they could finally build a car fast enough to beat Red Bull and McLaren. But things haven't gone to plan. Ferrari are currently sitting in 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. Hamilton's best race result so far this season? 9th place. Yes, he won a sprint race in China, but in full Grand Prix conditions, he hasn't delivered yet. Meanwhile, Leclerc has quietly outperformed him in nearly every race, including a strong P4 finish in Japan, Ferrari's best result so far this year. And that's where the tension really started to boil. After qualifying in Japan, Leclerc had enough. He walked into that meeting and laid it all out. He said that the development direction Ferrari has been taking, led by Hamilton's driving style and setup preferences, isn't working for him. He's tired of driving a car that doesn't feel like it's made for him. From this point forward, he wants a different path, his own path. What does that mean in practical terms? It means Ferrari may now be running 2 completely different car setups and development strategies, one for Hamilton, one for Leclerc. This is incredibly rare in Formula One. Teams usually want both drivers on the same page, sharing information, helping each other improve the car together. But now Ferrari might be forced to split resources, split engineers, and essentially run 2 different philosophies under one roof. And that's dangerous. Why? Because it can lead to confusion, missed opportunities, and growing frustration. Between drivers and their teams, running parallel development is expensive, risky, and rarely works in the long run. If it fails, Ferrari could fall even further behind Red Bull and McLaren. But Leclerc believes he has no other choice. After the Japanese GP, he made it clear. He said the car felt good, the balance was right, but it simply wasn't fast enough. That's a huge statement. It means he believes the problem isn't with his driving. It's with the car itself. And more importantly, with the philosophy behind how the car is being developed. This isn't just a setup change, it's a declaration of independence. Leclerc is saying, "I know what I need from the car, and I'm no longer willing to compromise. If Ferrari won't build the car around me, I'll take control of my side of the garage and do it myself." That's bold, that's risky. But that's also Charles Leclerc, a driver who has given everything to Ferrari over the past few seasons, and who now believes the time has come to fight for what he needs. Now the question is, what happens next? Ferrari are preparing to launch a major upgrade package for the SF25, especially a new floor that could improve balance and grip. But now, the team doesn't agree on which direction to take with it. If Leclerc and Hamilton both want different things, how do you build one upgrade that satisfies both? Do you build 2 different versions? Do you choose one direction and force the other driver to adapt? Or do you risk wasting time and money, trying to please both? This is the decision Ferrari must make now, and it's not just a technical decision, it's also political. Do they back Leclerc, the driver who's been loyal to Ferrari for years and is currently delivering better results? Or do they stand by Hamilton, the superstar who joined with the promise of leading the team back to glory? It's a lose-lose situation unless they manage it perfectly. And let's not forget, Lewis Hamilton isn't going to take this lightly. He didn't come to Ferrari to be second best. He came to lead, to win, and to restore the red team's legacy. If he feels like Leclerc is being favored, or that the team no longer believes in his feedback, that could create serious tension. Even Hamilton himself has admitted things aren't going well, After the Japanese Grand Prix, he said there's a gap between the two sides of the garage, and that some areas of the team are underperforming. That's not something he usually says. He's clearly frustrated. And now Leclerc stepping away from his influence could make things worse. So where does this leave Ferrari? In a very difficult spot. They have two of the best drivers in the world, but now those drivers are heading in different directions. They have one car, one factory, one team budget, and two competing ideas about how to win. It's a fragile balance, and it could fall apart quickly. Leclerc's decision might unlock new performance for him. If the team builds the car around his strengths, they might finally see the full potential of what he can do. But if the gamble fails, if the upgrades don't work, or if Hamilton starts outperforming him later in the season, Ferrari could end up with two frustrated drivers and a team split down the middle. And what about the fans? Ferrari supporters, the Tifosi, are famous for their passion, but they also demand unity and success. They don't like seeing their team fighting from within. If this divide becomes public and the results don't follow, the pressure on the team leadership will explode. Meanwhile, Red Bull and McLaren are watching all of this with a smile. While Ferrari battle with each other, the door is wide open for them to extend their advantage. Max Verstappen already looks like the man to beat this season. And the longer Ferrari remain distracted, the easier it will be for their rivals to pull ahead. So what should Ferrari do? Do they back Leclerc fully and give him the freedom to lead his own development program? Do they push both drivers to compromise and work together again? Or do they let both sides go their separate ways and hope that somehow it works? It's a huge gamble either way. But one thing is certain, this is a defining moment in Ferrari's 2025 campaign. The next few races will reveal whether Leclerc's bold decision pays off or backfires, and how Hamilton responds will tell us whether Ferrari can survive this internal battle, or if it will destroy their title hopes entirely.